After Punjab, Delhi relents under school fund freeze agrees to implement PM Shri Narendra Damodar Das Modi. After Punjab, the AAP government in Delhi has also relented under financial pressure agreed to sign a memorandum of understanding with the center of implement the Pradhan Mantri School for Rising India PM Shri scheme in capital. At first reported by the Indian Express on July 16, the Education Ministry had stopped fund under the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan SSA. The flagship school education program of three opposition ruled states Delhi, Punjab and West Bengal due to their reluctance and participates in PM Shri scheme. The PM Shri scheme with a budget of over 27,000 crore the next 5 years, the center is supposed to shoulder 60% of financial burden and states 40%, aims to upgrade at least 14,500 government school into exemplar institution in so case of implementation of the national policy education policy NEP 2020. States must confirm the participation by signing a memorandum of understanding with the education ministry. 5 states Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Delhi, Punjab, West Bengal are yet to sign a memorandum of understanding. While Tamil Nadu and Kerala have indicated their willingness, Delhi, Punjab and West Bengal had earlier refused, ostensibly promoting the center to stop their SSA fund. Of the three opposition-ruled states, Punjab was the first to end the log jam this year on 26 July when Punjab Education Secretary Kamal Kishore Yadav wrote to Union Education Secretary Sanjay Kumar expressing willingness to implement the scheme in the state. Punjab's SSA fund worth over 500 crore had been withheld by the center over the issue. On September 2, Delhi to relent its Secretary Education Ashok Kumar has written saying that Delhi is interested in signing the MOU for establishment of PM Shri School in Delhi this academic year. With this, West Bengal is now only state holding out the implementation of scheme. According the state government official, West Bengal is awaiting for the 1,000 crore for the past 3 quarters. The state opposes prefixing PM Shri to the name of its school, especially since it bears 40% of the cost. The AAP-ruled governments in Punjab and Delhi had held out over the implementation of PM Shri, saying they have their own scheme along similar lines called School for Specialized Excellence in Delhi and Schools of Eminence in Punjab. Both had not received crore worth of SSA fund for 2 installments in the 2023 and 24 financial year and the first installment for the 2024-25 financial year. In the September 2 letter, Kumar wrote, in view of the above fact, you are therefore once again requested to kindly take actions for the release of third and fourth installment in financial year 23-24 to avoid any financial consequences due to standing committed liabilities, and also the first installment and for financial year 24-25 of the Samagra Shiksha scheme of Delhi at the earliest. An official in Delhi had earlier told this newspaper in July that center are shared around 330 crore for the SSA was awaited. 2 installment from 23-24 and first installment for 24-25. The SSA is funded 60-40 ratio by the center, and the state SSA fund covers salaries for a section of teacher and staff, help provide uniforms and textbooks to students and government schools, along with the support for differently abled children, and reimbursement to private schools for admission of child belonging to the economically weaker section and disadvantages group category. Although Tamil Nadu has agreed to implement PM Shri in principle, its signing MOU is caught in a tussle. Tamil Nadu had agreed to participate in PM Shri scheme earlier this year, but earlier this year, but the MOU sent to the Ministry of Education, the state had left out a paragraph referring to the implementation of all provision of NEP 2020 in its entirely. Education Ministry declined the release of the funds meant for the first quarter of this financial year. Over this, the DMK government in the Tamil Nadu had been opposed to the implementation of NEP. Earlier, AIDMK government in the state was against the NEP. The earlier AIADMK government in the state was against the NEP's three languages policy. DMK leaders have opposed the idea of common education policy of all states. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin had said in 2020 that the NEP give more priority to the Sanskrit and Tamil and other languages. The state follows two language policy. Following the stoppage of funds, Stalin wrote to Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the August 27 asking center to expedite the release in its tier 2 states under SSA. In response, Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan wrote to Stalin urging him to sign MOU with the center for PM Shri. ASI to outsource some excavation projects to state and universities. The Archaeology Survey of India (ASI) is planning to outsource a portion of its excavation project to states and specialized universities as it faced a shortfall in staff of resources to carry out these activities. In Indian Express has learned. The ASI will, however, continue to handle major project sources, set the plan to assign in other projects to state archaeology departments in premier universities with archaeology department from this year and fund them from the annual budget set aside to excavation. It will monitor the project and step there is significant finding complex task involved. The ASI is the country's only agency with the authority to approve excavation in all state departments and universities planning to undertake such projects have to seek its permission. In some cases, the ASI has launched partial grants, but it will be the first time it will outsource such fully funded projects, said sources. Every year, several lists are drawn up and many excavation proposals are approved, but many remains in But it will be first time it will outsource such fully funded projects set source. Every year, several lists are drawn up and many excavation proposals are approved, but many remain on paper, said on official. A list 31 sites was approved and made public by the ASI 2022-23, including those along with the Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat and Gomti River in Ayodhya. In Uttar Pradesh, the Bibi Ka Maqbara in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, Haryana's Rakhi Gadhi to the Church of State Augustine and Old Goa continued excavation in Delhi's Purana Killa. Many of these digs, however, could not start. Almost the third of the Ministry of Culture total outlay the union budget every financial year goes to the ASI, how earning around 1000 crore, but excavation among the core mandate of the agency has signed minuscule part of it, and even some of the other remains unutilized, said sources. It will now focus a lot more on excavation as well. Officials in the ministry said the ASI function in 37 regional circles, while the state will involved in majority in the site specific projects. Various universities with the enrollment include Pune Deccan College, Banaras Hindu University, among the others. In the coming year, there is a plan to explore several sites mentioned in ancient texts, for which a detailed side-by-side plan being worked out, said sources, adding the maritime archaeology will also be revived for underwater exploration. As for maritime exploration project will be redialed for excavation in Dwarka, Gujarat. Several mythological sites in the Kauri Delta, Tamil Nadu sites along the coast of Maharashtra, Orissa. Officials said around 5 crore will be spent towards the excavation project this year, which goes up 20 crore next year, said the official, adding that at least 100 crore will be earmarked for excavation over the next 5 years. A number of excavation will also be undertaken in southern part of India with focus on Deccan heritage. Officials said the ASI has already started excavation at the Purana Killa mounts in Delhi, looking to find artifacts from the time of Mahabharata. At the verge of closer to previous excavation 2070, evidence of pre-Mauryan period 2500 years ago was found, but the effort this time to reach oldest possible layers of civilization traces at the site. As bank faces slowdown in deposit growth, what they are doing to reserve trend. The banking sector has been struggling with the slower growth in deposits compared to credit over the past many months. In the quarter ended June 24, while deposit grew 11.7%, bank credit rose 15%. The last data from the Reserve Bank of India showed the outflow of household savings from banks to capital market is one of the major reasons for slower growth in deposits and banking systems. The widening gaps between credit and deposit growth has concerned the government and the RBI, who have asked lenders to focus more on deposit mobilization through innovative products. Weak deposit growth. In quarter ended June 24, bank deposits stood 11.7% net of the merger of HDFC Limited to HDFC Bank, which came into effect July 1, 2023. Including the impact of merger, HDFC Twins deposit growth increased by 12.2% June 24. In the other hand, bank credit growth stood by 15% net of merge in June 2024. The higher credit deposit gap creates assets liabilities mismatch for lenders. The RBI recent data for fortnight ended August 9 showed the bank credit growth continued on outpaced deposit growth. Advanced rose 14% and deposit grew by 11%. Capital market activity. After the COVID pandemic, the Indian capital market have seen a surge in retail activity through direct and indirect, using mutual fund routes, channels, higher return, robust digital infrastructure, which has eased investment process, and rapid smartphone penetration have facilitated the entry of more retail investor into capital market. Over the last 1 year or so, Indian households have increasingly channelized their saving to capital market. As per the Economic Survey 2023-24, the number of demat account with both National Security Depository Limited (NDSL) and Central Depository Services (CDSL) rose from 11.145 lakh financial year FY23 to 1514 lakh in 2024 financial year. A rise in retail participation was more substantial and steadier through the indirect channel via mutual funds, and net AUM, assets under management of mutual funds industry, grew by 6.23% to launch a record high in 64.97 lakh crore as of July 31, 2024. The mutual fund segment presently has about 9.33 crore systematically investment plans (SIP) accounts through which investor regularly invested in scheme. Concern over deposit mobilization. In July this year, RBI Governor Shaktikant Das had said that household and consumer who has traditionally leaned on bank for parking or investing their savings savings are increasingly turning to capital market and other financial intermediaries, while bank deposit continue to remain dominant as percentage of financial asset owned by households. Their share has been declining, with household increasingly allocating their savings to mutual fund, insurance fund, and pensions fund. Das said, adding that households are increasingly turning to other avenues for deploying their saving instead of banks. He said slower deposit growth compared to credit may potentially expose the system to structural liquidity issues. Das also urged banks to garner more deposits by leveraging their wide branch networking and through innovative products. Last month, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the bank need to take old-fashioned route to bring back focus on mobilizing small deposit, not just big deposits, in order to reverse the flagging deposit growth rate. Bank efforts to shore up deposits. With deposit growth slowing down, banks are racing to mobilize funds through special deposit scheme and other innovation plans to meet the credit demand in the system. Many banks have reported a decline in deposit during quarter ended 2024 as customers are now looking at alternative avenues like the capital markets to park their funds at better returns. In recent past, lenders such as State Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India, Bank of Maharashtra, RBL Bank, and Bandhan Bank have launched special retail deposit scheme. SBI launched Amrit Vrishti, a scheme that offers 7.2% interest on deposit for 4 days. Bank of Baroda has also launched a Monsoon Dhamaka deposit scheme offering interest rate of 7.25% for 399 days and 7.15% 333 days for the current financial year. Even through banks are looking to shore up their liability franchise, deposit tightens is likely to persist. Overall, India's banking sector is striving of maintaining a fine balance between maintaining strong credit growth and playing more deposit to fund that grow, which is likely to keep cost of funds elevated for banks, according to the report by Nuvama.